So we've all had those experiences where we're just like, nope, that's it, I'm done, that's it for me. But then our instincts kick in, and then they're like, nope, you're going to be fine, calm down, calm down. You do this every time this happens. It's only an adrenaline rush. This is when your adrenaline's pumping super fast, and your brain can't really process what's happening, so your instincts kick in, and then they create that sense of temporary solution. And when your adrenaline is going through the roof, your heart kind of looks like this. Yeah. Oh, my bad. Nope. Like that. Starts off calm, collected, and then goes crazy. Your adrenaline's pumping, and you can't really process what's happening. So these experiences are what make us human. Instincts and behaviors are what keep us going and keep us living. And they keep us thinking on our feet, developing, and changing and growing in our world. So I've had an experience like this, and it was where my instincts kicked in, and they were like, you should kind of like solve this solution right now. And I remember I was in downtown with my friends, and we had just gone out to dinner, and we got our leftovers, and we're heading down the street, and we passed a group of homeless people, and me thinking, looking at them, I was like, I'm probably going to take these leftovers, put them in the fridge, and eventually throw them away. So I gave mine to the homeless people along with all my friends, and as we walked away and they thanked us, we started talking quietly and thinking that was a really kind gesture. And then I remember having my friend's mom pick her up and telling her about what we did, and her mom was like, oh, I'm really proud of you. That was a kind gesture. You probably made their day. And then in that moment, that was one of our most significant instincts kicking in, which is compassion. And compassion allows us to feel the suffering of others and allows us to alleviate their pain or like help them with what they're going through, and that creates a sense of accomplishment for us. And this is, our brain is triggered during compassion, and it allows us to respond by like helping them out, and is a common instinct when you see somebody in need like that. And when your brain responds with compassion for other people, it allows us to feel accomplished and makes us feel good about what we did. And along with compassion, there's a bunch of other instincts that we're very familiar with, like competition. And competition is, growing up with compassion is really effective when you're a child, because when you grow up with compassion, you have a sense of having compassion for yourself and being able to recognize your emotions and like the feelings of others, and you can do that to other people willingly with no judgment. And the compassion that you show for others allows you to accept more like ideas and perceptions in society. It is a role in how we advance and respond in society. And instincts are one of our main natures as a human, because they give us black and white responses where our brain can't really process what's happening. So they give us a temporary solution to the problem, and then they allow us to respond quickly. They serve as innate responses and are triggered through adrenaline rushes, things that we have experienced in our life or things that can trigger certain emotions. And an example of that is compassion, and is triggered, and it like the compassion you show is a way that your brain is triggered to react in that moment. And then competition is another one that we're really familiar with, because competition is everywhere, and it serves as a motivation for us. So like the ideas of thinking that you can do it better than somebody else or do it better alone creates a healthy interaction with society, and it allows you to expect more from yourself and creates a sense of minimal goal seeking. And it creates a healthy nature, and because you're going to compete everywhere, whether it's jobs, school, sports, anything really. And instincts are when we respond with logic, or instincts respond when logic can't. So competition is something like that, because you're in the moment and you're responding quickly, trying to see how you could advance and reach your goal. Instincts are something that we use every day, and they are very prominent in how we live our lives, because we need them to develop quickly and develop at the pace of our society. But it has been changing now because of millennials. We tend to see them creating different experiences and affecting how we react in society. So they can be like more independent, less sociable, and society and reactions have completely changed with millennials and how their instincts are not used as much or not used effectively, and they hide certain instincts now. They kind of tend to go away from kindness and selflessness, and they change their responses towards elders, children, strangers, etc. So meaning that they're more selfish and hesitant toward helping one another, because they aren't comfortable with the society that they have created and the society they have impacted. And due to the society they have created, they have kind of broken down the expectations for them. So, of course, I'm talking about all the negatives of the millennials and how they affect our society, but like earlier I was talking about how compassion is still super visual and like in society. So that is true, but those are people that tend to respond and like trust their instincts. So the millennials aren't really trusting their instincts as much, creating that sense of hesitation towards society. And some people like tend to trust their instincts more, like people that like go out and make community gardens or something. They're trusting their instincts and creating a temporary solution in society to kind of gather everyone around and like make more of a sociable society, and are bringing back kindness and selflessness. And then in a millennials right there. So in a survey I did that consisted of 42 people ranging from 13 to 54 years old, I asked them what they thought about millennials and how they were acting different in society than back then. And a bunch of them responded with they're being more independent and less sociable and really relying a lot more on technology. So some of these were the responses, and like they expressed themselves differently, more self-centered, poor communication, and not engaging in face-to-face communication. And they don't really interact with society anymore, and that's why they are like considered to not trust their instincts as much. And then I asked people about modern experiences, like how technology can play a role in our instincts and how they are so effective. And 90% said that they do affect the way that we respond to modern experiences, and 10% said that they don't. So a lot of the people think that that millennials are having more modern experiences, so they don't really handle their instincts as much and change their behaviors in society. And I also asked them how they react to strangers in need or friends and family in need. And a bunch of them said that they always try to help, but most of my survey answers were from older people, like ranging from 30 to 50, and they thought that millennials weren't really open to helping others in need and weren't trusting their behaviors in society. So instincts are such a big impact in our lives, and they change society, and people in society change our instincts and affect how we react to them. Instincts and behaviors are what make us human and what keep us developing and growing with our society and our modern experiences around us. Thank you.